Welcome to Son of David's Hebrew Word of the Week, which is a root word spelled Bet Shin Resh. This root is used in BESORAH, which means good news or tidings. It's also used in BESORAH, which means a bearer or messenger of good news. The Greek equivalent of this Hebrew word is euangelion, from which we get our English word evangelist. BESORAH is used in 2 Kings 7, verse 9. In this passage, we see 4 lepers who come upon an abandoned war camp. Then they said to one another, "We are not doing right. This day is a day of good news, but we are keeping silent. If we wait until morning light, punishment will overtake us. Now therefore come, let us go and tell the king's household." Mavasar is used in Isaiah 52:7. How lovely on the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news, who announces peace and brings good news of happiness, who announces salvation and says to Zion, "Your God reigns." Euangelion is used in Luke 2:10. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy, which will be for all the people. For today in the city of David there has been born for you a Savior, who is Christ the Lord." There is a Messianic connection between these verses in Mark 1:40-45. And a leper came to Yeshua, beseeching him and falling on his knees before him and saying, "If you are willing, you can make me clean." Moved with compassion, Yeshua stretched out his hand and touched him and said to him, "I am willing, be cleansed." Immediately the leprosy left him and he was cleansed. And he sternly warned him and immediately sent him away. And he said to him, "See that you say nothing to anyone, but go, show yourself to the priest and offer for your cleansing what Moses commanded as a testimony to them." But he went out and began to proclaim it freely and to spread the news around to such an extent that Yeshua could no longer publicly enter a city. Anyone who has grown up in a mainstream American church knows the importance of sharing the good news of the Messiah. 2 takeaways from our Hebrew word of the week are, number 1, some of the lowliest and most despised members of Israel, such as shepherds and lepers, have the ability to bear good news. And 2, in this instance at least, the gospel of the king is directly connected with his obedience to his father's Torah. In Mark 1, Yeshua healed a leper and instructed him in accordance with Leviticus 14 to present himself to the priest in order to receive atonement and have the ability to re-enter the assembly of Israel. In order for this to be possible, Yeshua had to touch the leper and become unclean himself, putting the Savior outside the camp and thus cutting him off from the people. That is, the fact that the good news was circulating was not the only reason that Yeshua could no longer publicly enter a city. Thanks so much for listening, and don't forget to tune in next week. Shalom.